One of the incentives they gave was to pay 10 or 15% above the going rate for uncut stones.
Farah followed the story to Sierra Leone, where it was corroborated by senior RUF commanders. His explosive article prompted further probes by the Special Court for Sierra Leone, a joint task force of several European intelligence agencies and the NGO Global Witness. All of them substantiated Farah's account.
The link between Al-Qaeda and diamonds really starts in East Africa, in Kenya and Tanzania.
In the aftermath of the 1998 Al-Qaeda attacks on American embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, the United States had frozen the assets of the terrorist group.
Intelligence sources believe that Osama bin Laden needed to come up with a different financial structure for the next attack. And nothing fits the bill better than diamonds. They're portable, they're easily liquidated, and nobody can tell where they came from once they've left the source of origin.
Elements of the East African Al-Qaeda cell moved to Liberia, to West Africa, and became involved in buying up millions of dollars worth of diamonds.
They brought in a couple of people in '98, and then they had 2 permanent people there starting in December of 2000. And they rented a house starting in February of 2001.
Coming just months after the 9/11 attacks, the reaction in Washington to Farah's findings were mixed.
The CIA and the FBI refused to believe it.
Members of Congress kept demanding that the FBI and CIA investigate the stories.
The FBI was sent to West Africa twice to study the diamond terrorism link,
which created a huge level of hostility within those agencies, being told by Congress to go spend resources on something they didn't think was important.
The FBI and CIA provided classified reports about their investigations into the alleged Al-Qaeda diamond connection to the 9/11 Commission. Their official report contradicts the Washington Post story. It states, "We have seen no persuasive evidence that Al-Qaeda funded itself by trading in African conflict diamonds." With the dawning of a new century, very few disputed the fact that diamonds had helped fund brutal wars and human rights atrocities in Angola and Sierra Leone.
The diamond industry was very concerned that the 2 NGOs that had exposed the problem, Global Witness and Partnership Africa Canada, might start a consumer boycott. This would be very damaging for countries like Botswana, Namibia, South Africa, where they're very dependent on diamonds and where there are no conflict diamonds. So the industry was concerned, and those governments were also concerned.
The diamond industry joined with NGOs and diamond-producing countries to search for solutions. After several years of debate, a system of certifications was agreed upon and then implemented in 2003. It is called the Kimberley process.
The Kimberley Process Certification Scheme, which is its technical name, is a UN-sponsored trade agreement which requires any time rough diamonds cross international border that they be packaged in a tamper-resistant container and that they be accompanied by a government-validated Kimberley Process Certificate, which lists the volume, the weight, the value of the rough diamonds.
To date, more than 70 countries are members of the Kimberley process.
I'm happy to report that the initial source of conflict diamonds, which were Angola and Sierra Leone, are both members of the Kimberley process.
In the Sierra Leone Government Gold and Diamond Office, every batch of officially exported rough goes through a rigorous sorting, valuation and certification process, all mandated by Kimberley. Once a certified and sealed shipment of rough is exported, it enters a diamond supply chain that eventually delivers the rough to dealers, polishers and retailers around the world. In addition to the Kimberley process, the industry agreed upon a voluntary system of self-regulation and warranties designed to guarantee the pedigree of diamond shipments in the supply chain. Used in conjunction with the Kimberley process, theoretically it should be possible to track diamonds from their point of origin to the shops in which they are sold.
It goes through this complex system, but by the time it gets to a retail store, it is accompanied by a warranty. And the retailer can insist on these warranties so that they are in a position, if they are asked by a consumer, to tell the consumer that all of the diamonds that I sell in my store are covered by a warranty, and that therefore they have no taint of conflict on them.
But does the system work? It's estimated that conflict diamonds have been reduced to less than 1% of the world diamond trade, mainly attributable to the end of the major diamond-funded wars. And since the Kimberley process was implemented, legal diamond exports in former conflict zones are on the rise.
I think one of the indications of success in the Kimberley process is what's happened in Sierra Leone. In 2002, I think Sierra Leone exported about $26 million worth of diamonds legally. In 2005, it exported $142 million legally.
Critics, however, contend the system is not without its flaws. Kimberley-compliant countries are required to institute internal controls to prevent illicit diamonds from entering the system. A formidable task in areas of widespread informal alluvial mining, such as in former conflict zones.
In a country like Sierra Leone, where you've got something like 180,000 artisanal diamond diggers, people who dig with a shovel and a sieve, many of them not licensed, very, very hard to know where the diamonds are coming from that are offered for export. Very hard to track all those diamonds right back to the mine.
So unless an inspector is physically there to see that each individual diamond is pulled from a particular mine, there is no way that any regimen of certificates and checks or double checks is going to account for every single one of them.
Diamonds could be coming into Sierra Leone from Liberia. Diamonds could be going out of Sierra Leone into Guinea.
Also of concern to NGOs is that the system of warranties designed to track diamonds to the retail market does not allow for third-party reviews.
This industry chain of warranties, this industry self-regulation is voluntary, and there is no provision for audits. In our view, this is a weak link in the chain.
A 2004 Global Witness undercover investigation revealed that significant numbers of retailers in the United States were unable to produce conflict-free warranties when requested.
But is there, is there like a warranty or something to say we don't trade in conflict?
No, there's no.
We're always trying to improve the Kimberley process. We've all had some ideas on how to improve it. The NGOs, the governments, the industry. We're working those through.
What remains to be seen is if the Kimberley process can be effective in a time of war.
I remain convinced that no system of certificates and stamps of approval or digital pictures are going to eradicate this problem, as long as there are armed groups who are acting in rebellion to a legitimate government of a country where diamonds are found. And as long as they can control diamonds, as long as they can extract the diamonds, those diamonds will get sold.
In 2006, the United Nations reported that diamonds from the Ivory Coast were being mined by rebels and smuggled out of the country. Illicit stones from Liberia and the Democratic Republic of the Congo still make their way to the international diamond market. The major diamond-funded conflicts in Africa have mercifully come to an end. But in regions as volatile as West and Central Africa, some worry a war funded by diamonds could be triggered again.
If you want to overthrow a government and you've got access to millions of dollars worth of diamonds, it's going to be easy to do.
This would allow us to travel back into the past. This would allow us to alter our destiny.
And it sounds kind of crazy, but it's real. It's sort of sci-fi.
There they are in front of their colleagues, winning fame and glory before one and all.
This isn't even history, it's prehistory.
This is an excellent place to bury a dead man.
flat.
When it goes good, it goes good. When it goes bad, it goes bad.
Oh, look at that.
And that really is the end of the world.
In post-war Sierra Leone, there exists an uneasy peace. Due to an unconditional amnesty granted to RUF combatants, war victims and the rebels who terrorized them are once again neighbors.
And most of us consider the Civil War as a long night.